All right, let's talk about something I know a lot of you have experienced. You pour your heart, your soul, everything into a speaker video, and then crickets. It just disappears into some event planner's inbox, right? Well, you are definitely not alone. So today, we are going to break down the exact blueprint to take your video from just another sizzle reel to a tool that actually gets you booked. Let's get right into it. So let's just ask it straight up. Is your speaker video getting ignored? I mean, if you've sent it out and you're just not hearing back, listen up, because the problem probably isn't you. It's not your speaking skills. It's the video's structure. You have such a tiny, tiny window to make an impression. And when I say tiny, I mean tiny. Look at this number, 90%. That's how many speakers fail to grab an event planner's attention in the first 30 seconds. That's it, 30 seconds. It's the ultimate make or break moment. They either lean in or they click away. And the hard truth is, most videos fail right there at the very beginning. Okay, so what do you actually need to do in those first 30 seconds? It's these three things right here. Event planners, they're not looking for a fancy cinematic intro. They are looking for proof. They need to know, like, immediately that you understand their audience's pain. They need to see that you can command a room, and most importantly, they need to see that you deliver clear, usable takeaways, not just a bunch of fluff. You nail these three, you're already way ahead of the pack. And the good news is, there's a formula for this, a proven one. We're going to walk through what's called the 6-part booking blueprint. Just think of this as your step-by-step guide for a video that doesn't just get views, it gets actual replies. But before we dive into the 6 parts, let's talk about a super important detail, length. The sweet spot? 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It's kind of like Goldilocks, right? Anything under 90 seconds feels a little thin, maybe not substantial enough, but if you push past 4 minutes, you're going to lose them. 2:30 is just perfect. It's enough time to prove your value, but short enough to keep their attention. All right, so here's the entire blueprint at a glance. We're going to start with a problem, then position you as the guide, show you in action, deliver one of your signature ideas, add some social proof, and finish strong with a booking CTA. Let's break each one down step by step. Okay, step 1. This is all about those first 20 seconds. And here's the absolute most crucial rule. Do not introduce yourself. Seriously, no name, no logo, no, "Hi, I'm so-and-so." You have to lead with a bold hook that speaks directly to the audience's biggest, most painful problem. And here is a perfect example of what that looks like. Your students don't need motivation. They need a system that makes confidence automatic. See what's happening here? It's not about the speaker at all. It's about the students. If you're an event planner for an education conference, you hear that and you immediately think, okay, this person gets it. They understand our world. It's so specific, it's a little provocative, and it promises a real solution. All right, so you've hooked them. Now you can introduce yourself. But hold on, not with some long, boring bio. This next little chunk of time, from about 20 to 45 seconds, is all about positioning yourself as the guide who can actually solve that problem you just brought up. And there is a perfect formula for this. It's right here. You see, it's not about listing all your accomplishments. It's about the results you create for other people. It's simply, I help this audience achieve this result by teaching them this mechanism. Seriously, this framework is so, so powerful. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Bam, crystal clear. Who do you help? Corporate teams. What's the result? Improved communication. And how do you do it? With a simple framework for decision-making. An event planner sees this and instantly knows, yes, this person is a fit, or no, they're not. No guesswork. Okay, now we get to what is probably the most important part of your entire video, showing you in action. This is the meat of the reel, right? From about 45 seconds to the 90-second mark. This is where you prove you can actually walk the walk. You know, planners are looking for these little subconscious cues. They're asking themselves, is the audience engaged? Are people laughing? Are they nodding along? Are they interacting? They want to feel your energy, your presence through the screen. And hey, this doesn't have to be from some giant TED stage. Real clips from a Zoom call or a small workshop. If it shows that you can create a real connection, that's pure gold. Moving on to step 4. So from the 1.5-minute mark to about 2 minutes and 15 seconds, you need to deliver one of your signature ideas. This is your chance to give them a little taste, a free sample of the value you're going to bring.
The whole point here is simple, but it's critical. You have to prove that you don't just talk, you teach. This is where you share a quick framework, a powerful mindset shift, maybe a short story with a really clear takeaway. You're showing that planner, hey, your audience is going to walk away from my talk with something real, something they can actually use. Okay, you've shown them you've got the goods. Now it's time to back it up and build that credibility. This next little section, from about 215 to 240, is all about social proof. You want to use quick, powerful testimonials that are focused on results. A quote like this one: "Our audience was still talking about this weeks later." That is so much better than, "He was a great speaker." It shows lasting impact. You can also flash a few logos of past clients on the screen. And look, even if they're smaller companies, that's okay. It just shows you've been hired before. And here we are, the home stretch. The last 20 seconds of your video have one job and one job only: a clear, direct call to action. It's time to ask them to book you. This is not the time to be shy or vague. While you're saying something like, "I'd love to speak at your next event," you need to have all of this info right there on the screen. Your website, your email, maybe even a Calendly link. The goal is to make it as easy as humanly possible for them to take that next step. Don't make them go hunting for your contact info. Okay, so that's the structure. That's the blueprint. But let's take a minute to talk about style, because how your video feels is almost as important as what it says. Man, this slide is so important. Please avoid the cliches. Ditch the long, slow-motion montages with dramatic music. No one cares. Instead, use clean, fast cuts, and you absolutely must have captions on the screen. So many people watch videos with the sound off. And just trade that whole overproduced, slick sizzle reel vibe for real, authentic moments of you actually teaching and connecting with people. All right, let's wrap this up with probably the single biggest mindset shift you can make. This is what separates the speakers who get booked from those who don't. It's about shifting from being a motivator to being an architect. Just look at this comparison right here. The before is, "I inspire audiences to be their best." I mean, what does that even mean? It's nice, but it's vague. The after is, "I help sales teams increase close rates." Now that is a concrete business outcome. Here's the bottom line. Event planners don't hire motivation, they hire results. And getting this language right, it changes everything. So that brings us to the final and most important question. It's for you. After all of this, I want you to really think about it. What is the specific, tangible, valuable outcome that your video is going to promise? Because that is the key. That's what's going to unlock that inbox and ultimately get you on that stage.